And you can close your eyes, or you can just adopt a soft gaze, kind of letting the eyes close. We're going to start to bring the attention inward, kind of moving from the busy minds that we likely all have in this moment, and just noticing what's present. Noticing any emotions that might be present right now. And noticing any sensations that are present in the body in this moment, any tensions, just welcoming in everything that arises. Welcoming in sensations of sound. Noticing all the sensations present on the skin. Areas of coolness or warmth. As we settle into just being, there's nowhere else to be, nothing else to be doing in this moment. And now letting the attention focus on the breath. Sensing the space that's created with the inhalation. And sensing the gentle release that's possible with the exhalation. That release, that letting go. So just start breathing things out. We're going to start out with a breath practice here. So now as you breathe in, you're going to kind of imagine the breath coming in through the soles of the feet as you notice sensations in the feet and the legs, and rising all the way up to the shoulders, the neck, and the head. And as you exhale, envisioning the breath traveling down through the body and out through the soles of the feet. And again, you'll inhale, sensing the feet and the legs, the hips and the pelvis, up into the chest and the head. And exhale, sensing down the body, into the legs, into the feet, into the soles of the feet. And continuing on as though the breath is just moving up and down the body. And now with each exhalation, perhaps envisioning roots growing into the ground with the exhalation. With each exhale, the roots grow deeper, and the sensation of steadiness and support a little deeper. Just arriving present in this moment, and as you continue to welcome in everything that arises, any commotions that might be going on in the background, and you can open the eyes if they're closed, and During the practice today, I just ask that you respect your body. It's all going to be very gentle today, but if anything is uncomfortable for you, just do what's comfortable. And the good thing about video, the video going on right now, is you can turn off the video if you would like to, your video, so that no one can see, and no one else knows what you're doing. So I would invite you to mostly just listen to my voice and do the movements that feel good for your body in the moment, okay? We're just going to start out with some gentle shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, bringing the shoulders up, forward, up towards the ears, and then exhale, releasing the shoulders down, shoulder blades coming together and down. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up towards the ceiling, towards the ears, and then exhale, bringing the shoulder blades together behind the back and dropping and releasing. Just start out by beginning to gently open the joints of the body. And changing directions. I'm just gonna, I think we have. And if you're just joining in, just, oops. You're just joining us, just finding a comfortable seat in your chair, doing some shoulder rolls. And then releasing the shoulders, we'll go ahead and move to some rotations of the elbow. So you can just start out with sweeping the thumb across around in a circle, fingers spread wide, doing some gentle rotations. You can start with the right side. And then changing directions. And then balling that right hand up into a fist and then flexing the fingers wide. Balling back into a fist and flexing the fingers wide, extending the hands. Balling back up and then extending fingers. And then you can shake out that right arm. We'll switch over to the left side and doing some elbow rotations. You can sweep leading with the thumb to start out with, fingers spread wide, and really just sensing into that whole left side of the body. Sensing all those connections between the fingers, up in the arms, into the shoulders and the upper back. And then changing directions. And then shaking out that left arm. And now we'll take the thumbs and connecting them with the other fingers and placing that underneath the crooks of the elbows. And we'll start out doing some little, making circles with the elbows. And really just sensing into the body right now. Noticing all those sensations and that rotation of the shoulders, all the connections into the upper back, changing directions. Deepening those circles. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and release both of the arms, shaking out both the arms and the shoulders. And we'll start to bring in some movement to the neck. These don't have to be circles. Circles don't work for everyone, but you can just start, it can be a circle. You can just gently start rolling the neck back and forth, chin down towards the chest, ear to shoulder, and then switching to the other side. And you can place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth here as you're doing this, and notice how that activates some of the muscles in the front of the neck, bringing a little bit greater stretch there. And then releasing the neck. You can make any final movements that feel good for the neck or the shoulders or the upper back. And now we'll go ahead and inhale the arms up high overhead. Keeping the head up towards the ceiling as you exhale, pulling those shoulders in towards the rib cage as you tuck the chin in towards the chest, feeling that stretch up the back of the neck, and then releasing the arms. We'll inhale the arms up high overhead. You can lift the gaze upward, feeling that expansion in the front body, and as you exhale, pulling those elbows in towards the rib cage. Releasing, we'll inhale the arms up high overhead, lifting the gaze upward. Exhale, chin tucking in, elbows in towards the rib cage. Release, and we'll do one more. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, elbows in towards the rib cage. And releasing. And if you're not scooted forward in the chair, I invite you to do that now so that you can tilt the pelvis forward a little bit and really feel that strong, stable base. And we're going to inhale, finding that lengthen in the spine. And as you exhale, gently twisting towards your right side, resisting any urge to pull on the body. Inhaling back towards center, and we'll exhale, twisting towards your left side. Inhaling back towards center, and you'll twist back to the right, and just moving at the pace of your own breath. You can gently start to deepen the movement, twisting a little bit farther, perhaps bringing that back hand to your chair and bringing the opposite leg to your knee. Yeah. And twist. And then returning to center when you're ready. We'll bring a little bit of movement into the legs now. So if you're sitting close to something, you can go ahead and scoot back, giving yourself a little bit of room for your legs. And we're going to just start out with some rotations. So you can stabilize yourself. Start out by stabilizing yourself with the right leg and then stretching your left leg out. And we'll just do some rotations of the ankle. And really letting that attention sit in the ankle, feeling that sensation of the movement in the body, and sensing how that connects up into the knee, and feeling those rotations of the hips as you gently make those circles with the foot and changing directions. And then we'll shift over. So using the left leg to stabilize, we'll stretch that right leg out long and then making some circles with that left foot. And as you make those rotations of the left ankle, really sensing into that left leg, sensing the connections between the ankle and the knee, how these movements there translate into the hips, changing directions. Okay, and then releasing the legs. And now we'll go ahead and stretch the left leg out long. The right knee is bent. As you inhale, finding length in the spine, and as you exhale, gently bringing the body forward while keeping that length in the spine, stretching the back of the hamstrings and the calf. And as you inhale, releasing a bit, coming back up, finding that length in the spine, and exhale again, dipping downward. Inhale, releasing, coming back. Exhale, coming forward into the stretch. And coming back up, we'll switch legs. So now extending that left leg long, the right knee will be bent. And as you inhale, finding length in the spine, and exhale, gently bending forward. Inhale, releasing, coming back up, finding that length in the spine, and exhale, bending forward. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, finding a little more depth again. And coming back up to sitting position, and we'll switch back to our right leg extended long. And we'll inhale, finding length in the spine. Exhale, hinging the pelvis as we come forward, keeping that length in the spine. Again, you'll inhale, finding that length. Exhale, coming forward. And back up to sitting, and we'll again stretch our left leg out long, using the right leg as support. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, letting back a little. Exhale, again coming forward. And back up to a seated position. And now bringing the legs together, we'll do a rotation of the hips here again. So you go ahead and let that right knee fall out to your side as the hip rotates open, coming back towards center. Exhale, allowing that right hip to come out to the side. Inhaling back to center. As we start to gently open the hips. And these are simple exercises that you can do while you're at home in the office chair or in the office. And now switching to the other side, now allowing that left knee to fall out to the left side, opening that left hip and back towards center. You can do this with the breath, so as you exhale, the knee falls out, inhaling back towards midline. Or opposite, whatever feels right for you. And coming back towards center. And now we'll allow both knees to fall out towards the side, back to center. Moving with your own breath. And now bringing both knees back towards midline, and we'll take that right heel up to our left knee, getting a little bit deeper hip stretch now. And allowing it just to be passive to start out with. And as you exhale, imagine focusing that exhale into that right hip and inviting release there. And being very gentle with the body right now. And then you can drop that foot back to the ground, and then we'll bring the left knee up towards the right knee and allowing that opening in the left hip now. And again, starting out with just a real passive opening here. And as we focus the breath, focus the exhale into that left hip, inviting release. And releasing that leg. And we'll bring the right leg back up on the left knee. This time we'll go a little bit deeper if that's comfortable for you. And if you can't get the leg up onto the knee, you can just go with the ankles together and get the hip opening a little bit more gently that way. But if you can, bring it up to the knee. And as you inhale, finding that length in the spine, and exhale, you can gently start to drape the body forward. And again, resisting that urge to pull or to push the body. And we'll inhale, coming back up. We'll go ahead and release that right leg, and going back to our left leg, you can bring that left ankle up to the right knee. Starting out very gently here again, and as you inhale, finding length in the spine, and as you exhale, you can gently start to drape the body forward. Inhale, releasing back. Exhale, coming forward. And again, this could be from down here too. And then just coming forward. And inhaling back up to seated position, and you can go ahead and release that leg. We'll go ahead and inhale the arms up high overhead, bringing the palms of the hands together, exhaling the hands down to the heart. We'll just rest here for a moment and just feeling the connection of the palms of the hands and feeling the back of the thumbs up against the chest. You might even feel the heart beating here, and noticing that sense of comfort that can come from just having the hands at the heart. And feeling that sense of connection, that almost the sense of holding the heart. And then we'll exhale. We'll go ahead and drape the body forward. And you can, on this one, either bring the forehead to the knees, kind of in a modified child's posture, getting that sense of the forehead being held by the knees, or you can drape the body completely forward with the chin over the knees, whatever's comfortable for you. Just completely releasing the chest and the belly against the lower body. Letting the head droop so there's no tension in the neck, just dropping the head here and taking a few deep belly breaths as you have this compression of the chest and the belly against the thigh, sensing that opening in the back body. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths, feeling the upper body completely supported by the lower body, or if your head is against the knees, feeling the forehead, the weight of the forehead against the knees. And then you can start to slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra towards the seated position. Head coming up last. Next, we're going to do just a gentle seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, you'll tilt the pelvis forward, expanding the chest as you lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, curling the spine back towards your chair as you tilt the pelvis back. And you can bring the hands forward over the knees. And then you'll inhale, tilting the pelvis forward again, chest expanding, gaze lifting up towards the ceiling, and exhale, curving the spine back towards the chair. And then releasing, just taking a moment, taking a few breaths here, feeling the body completely supported by the chair. And now I'd like to invite you to make yourselves just a little bit more comfortable. We're going to do a guided yoga nidra practice. You can stay seated in the chair, or if you have it available, you can go ahead and lie down on the ground, perhaps with a pillow or a blanket, and making any final movements that feel good for your body before settling in. And if you're in the chair, you might want to move back so that you're feeling a little bit more supported by the back of the chair here. And you can tilt the pelvis forward and backwards, or do any spinal twists, anything that feels good before settling in for a little more extended time in one position. And as I say that, feel welcome to move, though, at any time during the practice. If you need to go from seated to lying down, or if you're lying down and want to come up to the chair, feel welcome to do that. And wherever you're at, closing the eyes or adopting that soft gaze. And settling in to just being. And sensing all the areas where the body comes in contact with and is supported by the chair and by the ground. And opening up the senses, welcoming in sensation of sound. Welcoming the sound of your breath. And all the sounds around you. And I'd like to invite you to welcome in the idea of an inner resource, a sense of safety or of security. I'm thinking about what safe and secure might feel like in the body. Where does that reside in the body? And if you'd like to, you can bring to mind an image, perhaps going back to a place real or imagined, the place you've been. Power or a loved one. Noticing what sights might be present. What sensations are present in the body at your inner resource. And just resting with that feeling of comfort and security. Perhaps bringing to mind an intention for your practice today. Bringing it forth in a first person present tense form, such as, I am happy, whole, and complete. I am at ease in my body. Or I respond with purpose to those around me. Whatever feels right for you today. You might notice the inner critic jumping in there and just welcoming that too. And bringing the attention to the face and the head as you sense the upper jaw and the lower jaw. Sensing the tongue and the teeth. Just allowing the jaw to release to gravity. And bringing the attention to the ears as you sense the outer ears and the inner ear. Welcoming in sensation of sound. And perhaps noting the vibrational quality of sound. And bringing the attention to the nose, sensing the movement of air at the nostrils. Sensing the eyes, the space around the eyes, the space behind the eyes. Noticing sensations of color or of shadow behind the eyelids. And sensing the forehead, the top of the head, the back of the head, and sensing the throat, the shoulders, and giving permission for release in the neck and the shoulders. And sensing the left arm and the left hand, the right arm and right hand. And sensing the left leg, the left foot, the right leg and right foot. Sensing the entire front side of the body, from the face to the chest and the belly and top of the legs. Sensing the entire back side of the body, the back of the head, the upper back, mid back, the lower back, back of the legs, and all of their contact points. Sensing the entire body supported and held. And sensing the entire body steady and strong. And bringing the attention to the breath. Sensing the expansion of the inhalation and the release of the exhalation. And now bringing the attention to the heart. And sensing what's present at the heart today. And focusing the breath at the heart as though you could inhale into the heart and exhale out from the heart. And perhaps bringing to mind that sense of that inner resource, of that sense of security and sense of ease at the heart. And perhaps a sense of strength at the heart. A sense of resilience at the heart. A sense of compassion at the heart. Or of gratitude at the heart. And breathing into whatever sensation feels right for you at this moment at the heart. And beginning to feel that in every cell of the body. Now bringing the attention back to the sensations in the body. You can begin to bring some gentle movement to the fingers and the toes, sensing the boundaries of the body. If you're seated, sensing that strength in your posture. If you're lying down, you can start to slowly make your way back up to a seated position. You can sit there with the eyes closed for just a minute more and perhaps bringing to mind that intention for your practice today. And if you didn't have an intention, perhaps just bring to mind that idea of the sense of safety or security or resilience or strength or whatever you might feel necessary in this moment. Just sitting with that for a moment. As you're ready, you can begin to bring in some light to the eyes, bringing in that sensation of light and color, shapes and textures in the room, and arriving fully present in this moment, just as it is. And I'm going to stop the recording.